Good morning, all. Miracle Rising. Whew. Golly, yesterday was a long day. A long 14-hour day. I can tell I've shifted. I don't know about everybody else, but I've definitely shifted. I have indeed. I just don't. I think there's a difference between being kind and being genuine and being forthcoming. On the other side of the spectrum, it's being kind, being genuine, and being forthcoming to people that you know have done you dirty, being fake, and being disingenuous. Given the circumstances of this reality, of this world, particularly the one I find myself living in, I'm well aware that I have people in my life that are extremely genuine to the magnitude that they can be, given the strengths and the systematic pull that is within this little Truman Show, this little reality that I've found myself in for years. So I understand. I can clearly see between the two of people that are being truly genuine with me, supporting me in the best way that they can, and not being fake to pull the wool over my head, because they understand the severity of what the circumstances are. And they get it. They see the big picture. They see the big picture. It's not so much about me. It's not so much about them. It's bigger than us. It's bigger than us, right? And so they move accordingly the way that they can, and I can feel the difference between someone that is not moving in that. They're being calculating. They're being smug, and I just see between the two. And so I'm to a place in my 222, as I say that, I'm to a place in my walk where I'm just going to meet you where you're at. And it's just one of those things, you know. Call it what you may. Call it what you may. Call it what you may. People find it easier to deflect, manipulate, and redirect rather than accept accountability. And if that's the wave and the path that they choose to walk and be on, so be it. I choose not to. And that brings me to this, that right before I started this, they were talking about apologies. After you've healed, receiving apologies from people that kind of dropped off the face of the earth or threw stones when you were walking through unfavorable situations, it's hard to receive an apology and the future of that from people if you even do receive an apology. And the way that I see it is an apology is always warranted, you know, when truth and honesty comes with it. You can apologize to people until they're blue in their face, until you're blue in your face. But if truth and genuineness and honesty and accountability doesn't come with it, then it's not an apology. It's not an apology. It's just words with no action. None. So you can't give it the classification or the meaning of an apology when it's not that. An apology should come with honesty and accountability and genuineness within it, within the apology. And then there should be actions to follow it. I think so often enough, people take advantage, 432 as I say that, people take advantage of apologies. And it's just a word. That was a hard truth for me to freaking pick up too. You know, and it's just one of those things. Again, these are my personal beliefs. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to watch me. I think it's funny that there's a tropical storm named Amanda now. My son told me that a couple of days ago. I thought he was joking. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. I guess you made it big when you finally get a storm named after you. Yeah, there's a tropical storm in town, no doubt. Saddle up, babies. It's time for you to get all of your hurricane and preventative care for this tropical storm Amanda coming through. I'll tell you what. We on a different timeline now. I have to say, so I'm off today, and I'm off the next 3 days, and I have a lot that I'm going to work on and things that I have goals set for these next 3 days. Okay, I'm just going to say that. But I see a lot on my algorithm and different posts. And when I say algorithm, I'm talking about TikTok, YouTube. Oh, Barron got fired up yesterday. I came home from work, my second job. Barron got fired up. It was kind of nice to see him get a little fired, a little dicey and spicy. You know, sometimes you gotta. These people are operating in something outside of this world, and they need to be called out in some ways, shape, or forms. It's gone too far, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous what's being allowed. Obviously, we all know what's up in the administration. It is what it is. We can see it, but it don't mean we can't talk about it, and it dang sure don't mean we can't stick up for ourselves. Ain't nobody else gonna do it. Ain't nobody else gonna do it. That's for sure. You gotta learn that little nugget in this world. You know, you become your own hero. You look in the mirror, you become your own hero. And it takes time. It takes time. You need to be patient with yourself. You do, but you got to figure out what your worth is. And then in order for you to figure out what your worth is, you got to become somebody you're proud of. The two and two won't go together. You got to be somebody you're proud of before you start going in here in the world and start advocating for yourself, because you're not going to feel that desire within yourself until you feel like you're somebody you're proud of. And you're like, hey, how you're treating me is not right. This is not right. What you're saying is not true. And I know that to be true. So I'm going to stand 10 toes down against all odds if that's what it takes, because I know what the truth is. And so it's one of those things. They're going to take things, they're going to redirect, they're going to manipulate, they're going to make up lies, they're going to smear people, they're going to do all this stuff. Of course they are. This is all these people land on. They don't land on integrity. That's for darn sure. But I'm getting sidetracked here. Anyways, I see a lot about 9 to 5s. And it's a little bit of a pet peeve for me. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a bit of a pet peeve. I'm a 9 to 5 girl. All right. But I know that I'm living in my purpose. Ain't nobody going to tell me otherwise. And this is what frustrated me, because whether you're a 9 to 5, you're a spiritualist, you're, free spirited, you're doing your thing, whatever. At the end of the day, a purpose is a purpose, and it's designed for you. And people that work 9 to 5 are definitely in purpose sometimes. You can touch people and you can reach people in your 9 to 5, no matter what you're doing. Whether you work at a gas station, you work at a Goodwill, you work at a construction company, it don't matter. It does not matter. You can live in your purpose, and you can spread good intentions into this world if you move in integrity, and you move righteously, and you move in your sovereignty, and you move in your morals and your values and your ethics. And your honesty, understanding that you are not perfect. I am not perfect. You are not perfect. We both don't have it figured out. And so I find that to be a little bit frustrating, because it's like, it's not a good thing to be pouring out into this world, because people need 9 to 5s. People need to make a living, and then the world, the companies, the corporations, the establishments, everything need people, good workers to work there, to help the flow of our nation. Even though we have AI and all this stuff coming in, and there's going to be a slew of jobs, there's a lot of jobs already going down the drain, right? But there's nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. And there's, nothing wrong if you're not working a 9 to 5 if you choose not to. But don't throw shame on people that choose to work a 9 to 5. Who are you to say if they're living in their purpose or not? Or working for the divine? You don't know those answers.